Bum 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 bum. The Peter Swipe Left Show. Bum. I gotta do that one again. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Swipe Left Show. Bum 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 bum. Please continue to pray for me by swiping left on this video. I'm starting to like this gesture. What had happened was about a week ago, I made a Bumble profile where I posed to the camera, pointing. Well, I actually pointed right because I needed my viewers to see that I was pointing left, and I said that this was just a fun experiment. I want you guys to swipe left because I want to be the only profile that has only ever gotten left swipes and make the news or cause something to happen to Bumble. Be part of history. I said something to that effect, and I started getting a lot of right swipes. Actually, I really wasn't expecting that though. I have really good rapport with one of my former students. I teach at a community college, and he actually suggested that make my hair messy and put some dirt on me and make myself look dirty, homeless, and have a joint in my mouth or some other drug, maybe even shoot something with a needle to make it look like I really was deserving of a dislike. That's what he suggested. And take the picture in the street, make it look like I was deserving of a dislike. I was well dressed. I was in my office with the whiteboard behind me, pointing left, and I'm writing on the board, please swipe left. And so apparently, a lot of people just got curious and swiped right. And so I, anyways, and then the student caused some more divine intervention to happen. What had happened was I was browsing the profiles on there, and there was this one. She was about 50 some years old, and on the swipe left profile, I put I was 80 years old because I wanted people to actually swipe left. And then there's this 50 some year old woman who had all sorts of issues, multiple kids from previous relationships, overweight. And I was asking my former student to take a screenshot of the profile, and just so we can make fun of it. In the process of attempting to take a screenshot of the phone, he accidentally swiped right on her. And so I want you guys to pray that I get to meet up with her and for additional connections to take place. Or maybe find some redeeming value in her. And so maybe I can give her some inspiration, right? Hopefully to at least lose some weight and maybe correct some lifestyle issues or find herself in some way, right? All right, so please. Now, why would I go meet with somebody that I was just thinking about poking fun at and swiping left on? Well, the thing is that if I could have it my way, I would go on 8.2 billion blind dates, right? Obviously, I don't have the time to do that. I don't have the money to travel to all of these people, but I really would. Maybe not 8.2 billion. I'd probably filter out the ones who had some obvious issue, right? Uh, Violent criminal behavior would be one of them. Maybe if they had uh, any sort of communicable disease that could be spread just by being near them at the moment, right? That would be one of them, although I can't think of anything that would be that scary. But other than that, right, I'd be open to 8.2 billion blind dates because you never know, right? And right now I'm living in a home that I met through a friend of a friend of a blind date, right? And let's see what else has happened. Previously, I've what else is some of my art projects have been inspired by blind dates, right? Uh, and most of what I do has been inspired by just randomness, right? So, for example, you guys know that I love working with Bismuth, but it all started by accident, actually. I was working at a very toxic job, and I'm pleased that I work there now because one of my students had brought in this periodic table that showed how rare all of the elements are. And that's when I discovered that bismuth was a good investment. And long story short, within a couple weeks of that lecture at the at a tutoring center that I was working at, I was making bismuth art. And had I not worked that toxic job, I wouldn't have my bismuth art career today. Similarly, a very toxic date could turn out very well, right? Actually, it has. I was working on my PhD when I had a there's this I had met a girl on was it OkCupid, but she took advantage of me financially, and I lost $20,000 and almost dropped out of school. I broke up with her just before the summer of 2010, and I went out to a coin shop uh, by myself, and I had good vibes, and I decided that I could go to social outings by myself without a problem. And since then, I have not run into toxicity like that again because I realized that I never need to feel pressured to have somebody in my life, right? And later that year, I met another girl. I think it wasn't directly from OkCupid. It was a friend of somebody that I had met on OkCupid, and she had anxiety disorder, and often backed out at the last minute. And one time after she had backed out at the last minute, I was frustrated, and I started writing an AI for the game of Computer Othello. Long story short, 4 short years later, I won a gold medal at the Computer Olympiad contest in Amsterdam. I used to compete in that. I need to rekindle my relationship with the computer games. I haven't really been touching them much as of late because of all the drama in my dating life. So you can see uh, two unremarkable relationships in my life led to important things in my life. One very unremarkable toxic job also led to important connections in my life. So all right, continue to pray that I something comes of this swipe left girl that we were trying to poke fun of. And again, she's overweight and has a few kids, but everybody has their kinks. I have my kinks too, and let's see what we can make out of this. This is the Peter Swipe Left Show. Bum 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 bum.